And that's what I'm hoping.
What's up with the Matt Gaetz thing? I see it. I have never really looked into it because I don't know if I believe it because it feels like a smear campaign. So I'm like, like, what do you think? I feel like you would probably be the one who knows more.
Yeah, I mean, so I say the same thing. Under all circumstances, I let due process do its thing. But if I was to give the Gaetz energy the same energy that I give the Epstein case,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of evidence that isn't looking well, isn't looking good. I mean, so his friend, your right wing followers are going to hate me. I don't care. So his friend, what's his name, Greenberg or something,
Okay.
has been notorious. It was notorious in the space. I want to be very delicate about what I say here. Was notorious in the space with girls I used to run with. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
This was a known person in that environment. You know what? There's been a lot more corporate press. Why don't you look at like a New York Times or a Reuters article?
Yeah. Now look at this shit.
A little bit more, and they write about it all the time. There has been a survivor that's stepped forward, and everyone in that situation, or most people in that situation, have flipped for a lighter sentence. And there were some shady Venmo transactions. That's the truth. And I'll be honest, since I'm feeling very honest tonight.
I hope so.
Yeah. I always feel honest, but tonight I'm just like real. It's because I have both of you here.
Let it rip, girl.
But it does kind of chap my ass a little bit, like all the energy that the right throws into all these things. But when it's somebody on their side, they don't throw that same energy.
Crickets.
I mean, let's put it this way: if the evidence that is there on Gaetz, okay, so the argument that the right throws out is, and the reason, by the way, I'm not like super proficient on the Gaetz cases because I'm waiting. Like, I mean, it's a kind of a waiting period right now. That's why I'm always joking because the left is
see where the next evidence drop happens or whatever.
I don't usually speak about something or even tweet about something unless there's like an update in the case.
Right.
I'm also not going to play the left's game by posting every because they throw that investigation into every article about Gaetz. Anytime they can dunk on Gaetz, they throw that investigation in there. So I also don't play that game. So I'm not going to post all that stuff or read all those articles. But if there's an update in the case, I will post about it. So the deal is, a lot of people do think it was blackmail. There was a blackmail situation or an extortion situation for quite a large sum of money. If I'm remembering correctly, somebody can fact check me on this, please do. 25 million or something along those lines. My gut instinct as a human is someone wouldn't blackmail you for 25 million if they didn't have anything to blackmail you for.
Right.
Like what is that? There's no, like, if somebody came to me right now and said, Eliza, I'm going to blackmail you for $2,000 to show that you have CP out here, blah, blah, blah. Well, I know I don't have it. So you go ahead, try.
Yeah, I hope this is like bullshit enough. I'm trying to find Zach Gaetz investigated for a possible relationship with a 17-year-old. Is this what you were talking about?
I mean, all of this is just so ridiculous because
New York Times.
Hunter,
New York Times.
We got the president's son. His laptop was proven to be true. Although many of us already believed it to be true, because of
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now, it's Biden's already president now, so the laptop won't do anything. And what's on the images are haunting on this laptop with Hunter Biden and like little girls. And it's like everyone should be upset about it.
Oh no, paywall!
Because there's pictures. There's legitimate proof.
I'm equally as upset about that situation as well. I think we need to talk about that. Now, it's funny because I'm actually kind of more like, I do kind of stand with the left on some things. Like, yeah, Biden isn't an elected official. So that's number one. And I do kind of stand with them on that.
Hold on. But there's proof. Go ahead, finish, please.
But he did have those jobs and take payouts and do these other things.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know. No. I know what's up, but I think that that's something that definitely should be investigated. Long story short, The elites do not face the same persecution of all of these cases.
Absolutely true.
The elites never face the same judgment, but the other truth, and this is the hard truth, other abusers don't either. And I think that that's what ties all this conversation together. Survivors are not being supported. Survivors are not believed when they step forward. Survivors don't have services or adequate access to aftercare and to law services. And predators just aren't taken down. And so the problem keeps perpetuating on itself. And when we were talking about some of the cause and effect of these things before, you know, when someone is abused, especially at a young age, and when they begin to think that that's what's normal, sometimes, in some cases, they go on to abuse themselves because that's what they're used to. That's what they think is normal. And that's what they're accustomed to. So we better start nipping this in the bud. And elites should be held accountable. And the regular person that's this week somebody tried to, I'm trying to figure out what I could say. Sexually assault someone in a Walmart, broad daylight, sexually assault in Florida.
Wow, right.
Sexually assault someone in Walmart. Right. There was a kid that was sexually assaulted on her way to school holding books this week. You know, I mean, this happens every day, but unfortunately. But I mean, abusers need to be held accountable. And why are we letting these abusers run free like they're cured or something after 3 months of jail? I don't get it.